What's the most disrespectful thing a guest has done in your home? I was house sitting for my cousin Victoria while she was on her honeymoon in Greece for 2 weeks. She has this gorgeous lake house that's like an hour outside the city. Literally my dream house. She asked me to water her plants, feed her cat, and just make sure nothing burned down. The first few days were perfect. I was working remotely and basically living my best cottagecore fantasy life, taking sunset walks, making fancy coffee, the whole vibe. On day 4, Victoria's half-brother Brian calls me asking if he can swing by to pick up some fishing gear he left there last summer. I was super confused how he even got my number until he explained that Victoria had added me to their family group chat before leaving just in case of emergencies. I barely knew him, but Victoria had mentioned him before, so I was like, sure, whatever, just text when you're close. He shows up 3 hours later than he said he would with 0 heads up. I'm in my pajamas at 8 p.m. thinking he's not coming anymore when he just appears at the door with a friend, some guy named James I've never met or heard of. Brian is like, hey, we drove all this way, mind if we crash here tonight? And before I can even answer, they're already bringing in overnight bags from the car. Like they just assumed? I was caught so off guard, I just awkwardly said, okay, even though I wanted to say no. They immediately start making themselves at home, raiding Victoria's fancy liquor cabinet and opening a $200 bottle of whiskey her husband got as a wedding gift. I tried to say something, but Brian was like, chill, I'll replace it, in that tone guys use. I retreated to the guest room I was staying in, feeling super uncomfortable. Around midnight, I hear them being super loud in the living room. They ordered pizza and literally left the empty boxes on Victoria's white couch. There were wing sauce stains everywhere. I woke up the next morning hoping they'd be gone, but nope. They were still there making a huge breakfast using all of Victoria's farm fresh eggs and fancy bacon she had in the freezer. They didn't clean a single dish. But here's where it gets actually insane. I had a work meeting, so I locked myself in the guest room for an hour. When I came out, they had invited 3 more people over. 2 guys and a girl named Sally who were all passing through the area and needed a place to swim. They were all in Victoria's private dock area, using her paddleboards, drinking her alcohol, and playing music so loud I could hear it from inside. I literally texted Victoria in a panic asking what to do, and she was like, kick them out now. I went down there and told them they needed to leave immediately. Brian had the audacity to act shocked and say they were just having a little fun and that Victoria wouldn't mind. I stood my ground though and said they had 30 minutes to pack up and go. While they were gathering their stuff, I went to the bathroom and noticed something was off. Someone had used Victoria's insanely expensive face creams and serums. Like we're talking 300 plus products that were now half empty. Her makeup was all over the counter, used. When I confronted Brian about it, he just shrugged and said Sally probably did it and he'd talk to her. No apology, no offer to replace anything. After finally getting them to leave, I spent the rest of the day cleaning everything, trying to get stains out, and documenting all the stuff they used damaged to show Victoria. But the absolute worst part that I discovered after they left, I found out they had gone into the master bedroom, which I had specifically told them was off limits, and had been sleeping in Victoria and her husband's bed. They used their sheets, their pillows, everything. And not just that. They had gone through their bedside drawers and found Victoria's, personal items, if you know what I mean. I literally wanted to throw up. I changed all the bedding, sanitized everything, and never told Victoria about that specific part, because I knew she would be absolutely devastated that someone violated her privacy like that. Brian texted me later saying, thanks for the hospitality, like nothing happened. I blocked his number immediately.